We are back! Technical issues happen. I don't know if that transpired in the stream or not. I don't know if we had a brief disconnect. But we are back! After the Weaver, once again, trying to sabotage me specifically. Because it didn't make it about her this time. She got lip service. She's, you know, there's a glasswalker. She needs to be fine. So, Alex, you are holding the Chimera Gen and you focus on it. Its colors swirl around and pull you in, and it's like you're in a dream state. But like a more active observant, you are fully aware still. Like when you dream. And at first, most of what you see is uneventful. It's mundane things. It's abstract, of course. It's always that weird dream logic, things not making sense, not connecting, problem, physics, physicking, faces are blurry and all of that. But it's things that you would consider to be pretty mundane. Her brain is just doing its job of, like, recycling memories and information, and you see things that might be personal you don't have the context for, maybe scenes inspired by something she saw or something she read. But soon enough, things take an interesting turn. Because the more abstract a dream becomes, the more the creative side takes over. Stories that she knows, folklore, legends, weird imagery that only dreams can produce. Almost magical in a sense. At the same time that it becomes more fantastical in a sense. You see all sorts of weird stuff. You think there was at least one dream of a child being either severely hurt or killed in a very absurd way. You know what that's about. Some childhood memory, I guess. Some boy with dirty, massive nails and basically messy, uncontrollable hair, just unkempt. Also weird, specific. But as those dreams come... Fury, did you catch what the second one was? Did you... that mean anything to you? Maybe no.
Maybe no.
Okay, I tried to do a little sneaky German literature, but, well, children's books, but anyway. Well, children's.
No.
Anyway.
I super zoned out. I hope you...
You're a robot.
You were in a tunnel.
You're in a tunnel and you're a robot. But yeah, as those dreams turn into that, it's almost as if they immediately start fading. The more they are, the more intense they are, the more... It's literally like sand slipping through your fingers. The more you try to hold on it, the more it just dissipates. As if it's evaporating in front of you, and it grows distant and distant. Really like something just took it away, and eventually there's just nothing left. There's a very uncomfortable silence, just almost ecstatic, and it feels restless. It feels like when you really do have a bad night of sleep, where you sleep but you just don't rest. You turn off, basically, but you're not resting. And with that, you're just pulled away and the gem shows you all it's got.
Is this like disrupting his psyche at all? Like, how is he?
What
Would
you
you say that this is like
define?
upsetting to him? Like mentally?
I mean, I don't know. Would it be?
I-
That's really up to
I'm
you.
asking like on a Gnostic level.
Like if
Is
there
this
wasn't a
offending his
spiritual
spirit in
thing,
any
like if something affected you, something exterior, you mean? No, not that. Not in that sense. No.
Okay.
You're in hit with any weird gnosis thing or charm or spell or attack.
It's just generally upsetting in the content of it.
I mean, it might be for Alex. Could be.
Not
That's up
a
to
lot.
you. That's more up to you.
Alex has seen good.
I mean, I guess we could consider some of the contents of the drinks upsetting, but it didn't feel uncomfortable, oddly enough. You were feeling kind of like what those drinks were making to her, in a sense. So, it wasn't a nightmare. You don't know if that makes it better.
Sure. But yeah, my question was more about is it like supernatural effect?
I mean, you weren't affected by anything. If it did that because of a supernatural effect, now that is another question.
True.
But you were unaffected by anything, no.
Okay.
Just referencing this in case anyone's curious. Well, yeah, that's all you see.
Oh, the fucking... Ow! That's what he wanted to... I'm so sorry, my something was weird. I could barely understand a thing, and apparently I was also a robot and weird. It's fucking Struwwelpeter. I'm sorry.
What the fuck is that fucked up child?
That is
It's a
Struwwelpeter.
child.
He's a fucking... Oh, which one is he?
Which one is the shocked one?
He looks like if bad weed was a person.
It is... It's not one of the Grimm ones. It's Heinrich Hoffmann. He made a book of like children's stories that were all basically like, "Oh, children, don't do this thing, or something really bad will happen to you." The
Yeah.
Struwwelpeter himself just was like, "Oh, you don't take care of yourself, you'll be unpopular." But he also had one in the same book, which in the working title was like, "Oh, funny stories with cute pictures for childs from ages 3 to 6." And one of them was, "If you don't stop sucking your thumbs, a tailor will come and cut them off."
Oh yeah, I
Jesus
know that one.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got that. Fair enough. It is.
Man.
It's the fucking it's the Daumlutscher. Suppenkasper is from him. Hans Kuck in die Luft, if you know that one. It's all the same stuff.
Huh?
I feel like I'm missing out on a great part of the beauty of German culture, and I'm kind of okay with that.
Do you not know the Geschichte mit dem Feuerzeug, where a girl plays with matches and it lights herself and burns to death?
Oh,
wait,
I
no,
know
I
that
know.
one. Oh.
Yeah, that happened down the street.
Can't have shit in Detroitburg.
No.
Oh,
More or
no.
less.
Oh, no.
No, like, but for real, teenagers were playing with matches in a baseball stadium not far from where I live and burned the stadium to the ground and were seriously injured.
Oh no.
I see. Great for them.
Suddenly, German
We've
fairy
got an
tales
echo.
make sense.
Yeah. If only they had listened to German fairy tales as children, I would have known better.
True.
Oh, okay,
Very true.
the echo might have been from me again. Sorry.
It happens. But yeah, Alex, that's all you see?
That's it? There's no...
You could try and figure out, you could roll occult and intelligence to try and determine if what was happening to those dreams, they were almost like dissipating away from you, like if it is something supernatural. But other than that, that's all you see. You didn't see anything prophetic and ominous.
I would like to do that. 6?
Yeah. I mean, I could say though the German folktales could be terrifying to Alex, but let's be real. Helena absolutely has read him some,
Mm-hmm.
and they've probably all been made after her time. So she is just having delight on discovering them while she traumatizes her pupil.
To be
Yeah.
fair, also, at least one we've got from Rofa. Probably more at this point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Also, that no, we already been through that.
100%.
With 3 successes. Yeah, it didn't seem like just restlessness to you. It didn't feel like just, oh, she was waking up, the dream ended. It's almost as if something just sucked those dreams away. Almost as if the more intense ones, the more outlandish ones, the side of her subconscious that is filled with the amazing, the abstract, and the absurd, and any creativity, as if that dissipated away in a definitely feels unnatural. It's like everything got sucked out. Like I said, sand slipping through your fingers. That wasn't her memory of the dream, that was the dream itself just fading. So that could definitely be of supernatural nature. You wouldn't know what exactly. You don't know what the dreaming is in deep detail. You don't know how it works. You don't know if it's related. You don't know if the creatures there do this kind of thing. If there are spirits that just drink dreams out. But you know it's possible, so there could be something. Could also just be an effect of the overall like spiritual landscape of the town and its surrounding regions. Could not necessarily like an active actor. It doesn't need to have a spirit doing something. It could be a phenomenon.
Right. And there's no like there's no clear evidence of her like waking up frequently or like she was like getting poor sleep in general.
You wouldn't know from the gen. It's just like the dreams not entirely her like sleep state or sleep quality for the night.
Mm-hmm. It's just whatever her subconscious was up to during.
Yeah, basically, it's the dreams themselves and like the feelings they cause.
Okay. And please correct me because I may have zoned out a second or two during that. Did you say one way or the other how she was feeling about those dreams?
Briefly for a few, like saying that some did not disturb her, they were nightmares necessarily, there wasn't anything that was upsetting her specifically.
Mm-hmm. So just generally like neutral opinion about
It's
these
a dream.
dreams?
It's a night where she had dreams. I mean, some might cause a little bit of stress or some might cause some satisfaction, but it's nothing like... What I mean is, it's nothing that would be unexpected. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's more so how those dreams went away. Though she... I did say that having them sucked away did make her feel restless.
Okay.
And Hector
In the,
and
in, the,
Julian...
in the way of like chasing
Hector
it because you don't want it to go, sort of.
No, not really that. Just as if it somehow disturbed her. Not an active sort of distress, just like it makes her restless. The effect is making her restless. But Julian Hector did say that she was complaining about having poor sleep, either just, like I said, sleeping and not feeling rested, like you slept but you didn't rest, or maybe even waking up in the middle of the night and having trouble going back. That could also be happening, but like I said, the more supernatural part is the way those dreams just got dissipated.
Gotcha. Okay. I would say that as he was experiencing them, as far as the like content wise, he would be like trying to narrate, I guess, the contents of the dreams. And like in those transitional periods where you're saying that it slips through, he says something to the effect of like, but then it's being taken, like torn away or pulled away from her, and it's not upsetting, but it's disruptive to her condition. I'm not 100% sure to what extent, but strange. It's not like fading in and out into a different dream. It's like the creativity and the wonder of it all just being siphoned off to something else. And I can't see what, but it's not with her anymore.
I mean, that sounds fucking concerning, not gonna lie.
It's definitely not normal.
I mean, I know when I had nights where I couldn't fucking rest well or dream well, then I'd wake up fucked up. But if I knew that a spirit was fucking up with that for me, then yeah, it'd definitely be pretty nasty.
No, it sure is
when-
a spirit, though, Hugin says.
I'm not. Can't tell one way or the other, but it's not coming from within her. It's coming from somewhere else. I can't tell if it's the landscape, spiritual realm here, or if it's a spirit itself latching onto her and drawing away whatever sustenance it is from whatever it is she's dreaming of.
But I mean, if this was the work of a single spirit, we would have seen it, right? It should have been at the house, near her, right? Unless it's
Maybe.
a very powerful spirit and can do that at a great distance, but that would be terrifying. A spirit like that would have to be massive.
It would also explain why similar situations are happening elsewhere, from what we've heard.
Unless it's many spirits in an area and they end up disrupting the whole of things. Either, in my opinion, is a crescent moon. Either there is something disrupting dreams and making the humans restless because of it, or there is some sort of spiritual anomaly phenomena that is growing out and spreading, and this is just the first symptom, and cause effects and other weird things are gonna start happening all over the place, probably even within Black Forest. And at that, Karina she was kind of moping, just looking down, and she just raises her head, like with almost as if she had a sudden thought, and she was like, "Wait, no, hold up. Earlier, before you guys arrived, one of the other packs was complaining about Gorgons, actually. Yeah, no, I think they fought off 3 Gorgons just earlier today. They actually had to hunt down Gorgons in Black Forest. And they were, just making sure the warden knows, because the place was a bit all weird, because they were left there unattended. 3 Gorgons all at once. That doesn't happen frequently. I mean, Gorgons should be sort of a rarity. Now that you mention.
Part of this is Alex not knowing this. Most of it is Van not knowing this. What are Gorgons in this situation?
Gorgons are animals, usually are animals possessed by wild spirits. It's similar to a Fomori, technically, but they're more, well, wild-like, and they can have some very freaky powers, and it's basically mutant animal. They can get big, they usually get freaky features, like skull face, extra limbs, foliage growing out of them, weird eyes, all sorts of things.
Lee, I have a question.
Yes?
If someone saw my question isn't the fact that my fucking headset got unplugged. Give me a second. My question would be, if someone saw a unicorn and said, yeah, that's a Gorgon, would they be wrong?
Not depends, because it could be a materialized spirit, not a Gorgon. It could even be a manifested chimera, or whatever the fuck someone let a mage out of their basement again. So
True.
in this fucking universe, yeah, it could be something else actually. I don't know which is worse.
It just popped in my head that like a wild spirit possessing an animal is like a really quick way to get a unicorn.
It
How
could
everyone else reacts to
happen.
that, like,
it could
wow.
happen, but it's not. It wouldn't be just a horse with a horn, because Gorgons go extra.
Yeah, you'd be more likely looking at like jackalopes.
As well.
Ooh, good shout.
As well. No, Gorgons can. I don't remember if Gorgons can also be plants in any way.
I'm not sure. I know that Kami can do that, but that's getting a bit beside the point.
Yeah, no, Kami is. We don't even talk about that.
One thing I got reminding of is like the Volpe thing up. This motherfucker. For the sake of context, I just sent a picture of a hare with like sharp teeth, antlers, and bird wings.
Oh no, yeah, it's the yeah.
It's a,
The jackalope.
It's a jackalope in English. That's what they.
Yeah, no. Usually,
Except
it's a different
except ours
kind.
typically don't have wings.
No, yeah, there's different kinds because usually the jackalope only has the antlers
And the teeth.
Besides the point, yeah, Gorgons can happen. They are what happens when the wild grows out of control, the same way the Banes and Fomori and corruption is consequence of the worm, and the Weaver causes the stasis of the local penumbra, webs, metal webs everywhere, pattern spiders. So each have their tells, and when the wild goes rampant, Gorgons, nature starts getting weird, the spiritual sides start leaking and affecting the physical world. It's very nasty.
Does that sound like a probable cause for these symptoms?
Oh yeah, that could happen. That's one possibility.
Might be worth investigating. You said that the scene is still pretty fresh.
She blinks and no, it was early. You would just find free mangled corpses, I assume. If
Right, but
the forest didn't
any...
already took care of it.
That's very true.
They revert after the spirit is separated from them. Well, they usually have to be killed at that point for the spirit to let go. Some of it goes back, some of it doesn't. Usually take care of hiding anything that would be too much. They didn't seem... I wasn't sure it would have to us the warden for actual like details. I kind of overheard it because they said Gorgons and it called my attention, but seems like they were just talking about the Gorgons, not like... I assume if the area was going out of control, they would have somehow made that more clear.
Did she say like and which area of the forest it would be that happened in.
Oh, really?
Klaus is going to sort of pipe up slightly, still quite nervously looking, like nervously eyes darting between like to Julian and that kind of thing, and say, the wild has been stronger lately, much stronger.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
did this happen?
I don't know. I think they were patrolling maybe, the west, maybe north. I don't know. I didn't really catch it. I might have
Would you
told the
show me
warden.
I will ask the warden.
I mean, it's all overheard. I don't really have the details. I don't know if they had the details. But yeah, Gorgons.
Does it seem like those were the only ones that were active at this time, or are there more suspected?
Again, I just heard they sounded like they killed about 3 Gorgons. They were jumped by 3 Gorgons. I don't know. Like I said, overheard while I was working on other stuff. I just passed by. But, doesn't think like we're preparing for a hunt. We'll definitely be on high alert for more, but, I want to assume if there were more, it kind of would make their presence known. They start disrupting whatever they go.
I mean, you said they're like animals possessed by wild spirits, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Does that mean that they're like unpredictable by definition?
Well, they are animals. It is also the wild, and it's animals possessed by the wild, so... You know.
Well, I don't, that's why I'm asking.
Doesn't get more unpredictable than that. It is the epitome of creative chaos. That can be destructive, I guess. So in other words, chaos. It's the wild. It's always unpredictable. Or as predictable as nature is. I mean, you think you've learned all the rules there is, and then it does something you didn't expect, and then you're like, fuck. But yeah, I don't know. Very curious about it. Definitely would like to have a look, but... On the other hand, I hope we don't have to fight more of them, because that would be a bad sign. Like Hugin was saying.
Well, it will definitely be worth speaking with the warden about this, but it also might be worth doing a bit more direct surveillance on Hector's mother and other people that are having these issues, and seeing if we can't find out just what is going on.
Way ahead of
See if
you,
we
pal.
can't find a
Julian
source.
says.
What?
And way ahead of you, pal.
What do you mean?
Keeping an eye on them, keeping them protected.
And did you see any... I mean, I'm sure that you would have told him, but
No.
did you see anything spiritually
No, there isn't.
disturbed?
There's nothing that I can see. No. Like Hugin said, it very unlikely is just a spirit sucking on that, and if it's the vibes that are off, then it's gonna be very hard for us to notice without proper rituals. But that that is not even the point I wanted to make. Because we're talking about things getting weird. Now, you know, suddenly Gorgons, people in town sleeping. This is all the very, very obvious setup for spiritual mayhem. Something went wrong and things are getting weird. Sure. Alright. What's that about? Didn't the Master of Challenge offer that job to you guys? Didn't he want you to recover some artifact for the Sept? I'm just wondering, like, what is that? Why would they suddenly want back an important artifact? Do you think it's related? Do you know what it is?
I don't think
Somebody
we know
who
yet.
takes better notes than me want to answer that question?
We don't know what it is yet, I'm pretty sure.
We have had sort of class, and I looks at Torsten and the others and say, we've been a little distracted, but that was what we were going to do next.
I mean, you guys were helping us, so technically you're just busy doing another job. No, I mean, this is not me urging you guys to go do. I'm not your boss. You can let the elders do that. I'm just saying, it's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
It is. Maybe we'll bring that up with the Fiat we'll go visit.
You can thanks for a moment. I did name her, right? I must have.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'm just gonna say Fiat because...
Okay, I
That is
did.
the fact.
No, I didn't give you the name. Hugin was gonna give you the name, but I was like, I don't remember. Did I note it down? I did. Because I did give her a name. Okay, we're safe. Hugin's like, oh, Theurge. You guys are going to recover some artifact from some old Theurge away from the Sept?
Yeah, like a town over.
I did believe I remember hearing. I don't know if it was the. Don't remember if it was Elder Ragna that mentioned something. Don't know if it was the Keeper of the Land. I think that might be Constance. What was her deed name? Memories something. Memories of. Julian, like, oh, Memories of the Spruce. My uncle told me about her. And Hugin nods. Yeah, Constance, Memories of the Spruce. She's. Well, by Garou standards, she's ancient. I think she's older than the Grand Elder. She was a great Theurge of this Sept, and she's kind of retired away with. Just spending her last few years just chilling, I guess. James, he's somewhat revered here. By the Get, I mean, it's one of theirs, so.
Any ancient Garou deserve that.
Yeah, she's very old. Or as well old as we get, I guess. Which is impressive, because it's usually... we don't go very far.
Precisely why I say it.
Interesting. I mean, if she's keeping something, it must be something of quite significance, and if it's not in the Sept... I guess he mentioned it's something they don't want raided. In the event we get attacked by the Black Spirals again. So they keep it hidden, which means if they're asking for it now, they must either be prepared to use it, right? At the very least, they're considering the possibility.
I mean, it might either just be better to have it here, because you know what is going some old Theurge going to do with it. Like, if you have it, why not have it here?
Yeah, I don't know.
But also, you know, might be something. Maybe they know something that they don't want to share with the youngins.
I mean, maybe they don't want to cause panic, especially if it's nothing concrete. If they're just preparing, they'd usually prefer to avoid unnecessary. Well, we all got our rage boiling, so we don't need extra. If it's not really needed. But I'm sure if it becomes urgent, they will tell. After all, if it is urgent, we'll all need to gear up and get ready to defend this place or hunt something down. The Gad don't fuck around. If they haven't said it, it's because they're either not sure or it's not important. I hope.
Well, that's fair enough. We're kind of trusting them with basically everything else, but everything we can, like, find out on the side.
Well, no one's gonna complain about us investigating anything. I mean, I guess we're kind of expected to take some initiative anyway. Yeah, we should all sniff around. Do you guys go on your own? Do you want any help? Since you kind of help us out. He looks over to Julian and the other two who just nod in turn.
I mean, and to be fair, that's probably going to be the least scary thing we've done this far. Is just drive to a town over and meet an old person.
Yeah, fair. I mean, the worst that's probably gonna happen because it's a centenary Ghetto Fenris. She's probably gonna be rude to you.
That would be such a surprise. Nothing against you and your people.
He blinks. He tilts his head. What do you mean, my people?
Aren't you, Ged?
It's Hugin that's talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nothing against Julian's people. Sorry, God.
Julian opens his mouth, he raises a finger, he looks to the sides, he closes it back again.
I mean, we've all heard the stories. I don't think we probably have to walk.
Don't you have a truck?
Yeah, but we also have a lupus.
I mean...
Ooh.
Wolfrin just looks at you like, then go in wolf form. You run as fast as a car in lupus. You run even faster in Hispo. You have a bear with you. Do you know how fast Alex here can run?
I mean, there's not a problem. If I was alone, I'd probably be back by now. Like, I'm faster than the truck. I'm not worried about that.
Klaus,
We can race.
snorts and shakes his head and says, "No, we'll take the truck. I will not be cowed by it again."
Jakob will look at Klaus at that and say, is this a pride thing, or do you just want to face your own fears?
Julian frowns, but he looks confused.
Oh,
And he's like,
poor guy.
Is there a difference?
I'm not face it.
Jakob's gonna look at Julian. Julian said that, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna open his mouth for a second, and then he looks at Klaus. What form was Klaus again?
Probably still Hispo, yeah.
He will put his helmet hand on Klaus's shoulder and says, "Are you prepared for perhaps the strangest challenge you have ever faced as a wolf so far?"
Yes.
Wolfram uses his body to convey happiness and the puppy's mind and be like, well, I'm proud of you. You're strong, Klaus, and yeah, the human things, machines can be a lot at first, but we're better than them.
Jakob nods at that and says, "Thanks for your support, big guy. Klaus, are you ready to drive a truck?
Oh god.
Everyone just, like, the other pack at least, they just, their necks snap towards him. They're just looking.
I think Klaus's eyes like narrow and like teeth bare and say, "Yes."
Rolfred in the back raising up. I take him. I think we need a little bit of.
Jakob, in a gesture that is very similar to Klaus's, only by coincidence, because he is smiling very widely and saying, "Yes."
I will control this truck, and I will face it, and I will beat it.
Julian just looks at Alex like, "You're a healer, right?"
And Jakob is gonna put another hand on Klaus's shoulder like, "You must not just beat it, you must control it, understand it, become it."
Klaus nods sagely.
Jakob also nods sagely.
Just for reference, Klaus has a -2 to any rolls to do with human technology.
You do. You do.
We are teaching this dog to drive!
So, Alex, you are a healer, right?
Alex is panicking a little bit.
You know,
He doesn't get freaked out very easily. But this is bad. This is a bad decision. This is a bad choice that they're making right now.
I thought the punk nightclub and the booze was the worst thing you guys were introducing to the Beastborn. This is worse. This is somehow worse.
But also, I will say, he has full confidence that Klaus is going to do its best. That's the end of that sentence. He's sure gonna do its best.
I am looking at this sheet. I am looking. This is going to be interesting. Do you know what's better? You have -2. You have -2 with anything human. Or actually, not -2. It's increased by 2. That's worse because you're going to have to use untrained skill, which is another +1 to the difficulty.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be a difficulty 9. What of it? What of it?
And worse than all of that, you're driving an 18-wheeler type truck.
Do you understand?
One of the most difficult vehicles to drive. Full stop.
No, I have a technical question, because now this is interesting, because on principle alone, Klaus managing to do that, that's a shit ton of renown, that's insane. But also you're a red tail, so... so is it?
This is like a I will dominate and show everyone that I cannot be cowed by a truck.
Oh no, everyone is gonna get that. The red tailers are gonna be like, "Why are you driving?"
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to think through. Is like, what Griffin wanted? Is this really what Griffin wants?
Well,
Griffin wanted me to be strong.
To be fair, Griffin did not specify anything, so he's gonna have to deal with it.
Griffin wanted me to be strong and fearless in the face of fire.
You know the whole
technology.
You know the whole meme of the therapist being like, so be positive. The person says something horrible, and the therapist is like, no. This is Griffin to Klaus, like, you have to conquer your fears, and Klaus just screaming at the steering wheel, "I'm gonna drive a truck," and Griffin, no.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Well, unfortunately, Griffin isn't at the wheel. Klaus is.
banging my head against a wall.
This is going to be great. I'm gonna love next session. We're gonna start in the truck towards
It is definitely
that.
going to be a case of like Jakob being like Klaus being like, damn, we're going so fast, and it's like we're going like 10 miles an hour.
Not
and
even.
just gonna be like, hell yeah, buddy, we are.
The whole thing is like rocking back and forth as the transmission tries to gain control and just bunny
Yeah.
hopping into a ditch.
It's gonna be funnier if it ends in disaster, because this truck just got repaired.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Listen, by the time that I'm done with Klaus, he'll also have the expert driver merit.
That would be hilarious, honestly.
Peace.
Best character development. Alright. I guess then we know what's happening next session. We're gonna drive, baby. Road trip. Well, this is road trip. It's an hour or two, like a few hours away. It's fine. But I think...
It's gonna be a fucking road trip with the speed that we're going.
Yeah, probably.
That's very true.
Gonna take us a day to get there. Why?
Oh no. No. I just had the funniest thought of like, if they can't get it to work the way that it's supposed to, and Jakob just like puts it in neutral, and then Torsten and Alex get out and push, and just like try and convince Klaus that it's driving.
That would be
Oh my
incredible.
fucking god!
That would be incredible. Raven is just somewhere, just looking at this info like, wow.
I picked some real winners, didn't I?
This is interesting. Just with that goofy big face that's always smiling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Raven was just like cackle like, that dog do be driving.
Probably. Yeah.
Romana's just eating popcorn, just these fucking clowns.
To be fair, Romana probably also doesn't know how to drive. Period. But then again, she
Yeah, I
can
know.
fly. Why would she?
Why would we can run like 30 to 40 plus miles an hour just for fun? Why do we need to do that?
Because
This is-
for the ploy.
This is going to be for like, probably going to be like 30 minutes tops of Klaus trying to drive this truck and being like, ha, I've beaten it. Let's go. And like just gets out.
Look, I just wanted to prove a point, guys. Like, we don't need to. I don't care about this feat. We're not driving.
Yeah, no, like I'm just proving a point. I'm not trying to be a human. I'm not trying to become one with the truck. I'm just showing that this truck doesn't scare me. And I've beaten it, and so now let's just like do the
Well,
better thing.
let's never use it again. We have
Yeah, let's
feet.
just never fucking use this thing ever again.
I
'Cause
love
it's
that.
garbage.
I love that. But yeah, I think this
Intentionally
is
run it into a ditch.
the perfect place to end our session for tonight. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when we're back. A reminder again that we'll be away for 2 weeks. We're taking a little short break, and we'll be back by August 14. 1 week after my birthday. So, a very good night to everyone. I hope this
Okay.
week has been treating you well. I hope the rest of this week treats you well. Have a good one, and I'll see you in our next Werewolf Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Toodles!
Bye.
Bye. Rah, rah.
Yeah.